Welcome back to my channel, Mr. English Studio. James here, and I'm excited to start another fun and simple English lesson with you. And today, I'm joined again by the amazing Emily. Emily, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, James. Thanks for asking. I had a pretty relaxing morning, so I'm feeling fresh and ready to teach. How about you? How's your day going so far?
My day's been good. I woke up early, made some coffee, and did a little bit of reading before filming. You know, a calm morning always feels nice.
Absolutely. A good morning routine can change everything. Speaking of routines, today's topic is perfect for that, right?
Exactly. Today, we're talking about English in daily life. Talk about your day. And this is one of the most useful things for beginners to practice. Every day, someone will ask you, "How's your day?" or "What did you do today?"
And most learners freeze. They panic and think, what do I say now? But don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to talk about your day naturally and confidently.
Yes! And hey, everyone watching, do you know how to describe your day in English right now? If not, you're in the right place.
Emily nods. Let's warm up with simple phrases. When someone asks, how's your day? You can say, I'm having a good day. My day's been okay. I'm a little tired today.
Or, my favorite, "I need more coffee."
That's James, every morning. But seriously, keep it simple. You don't need long sentences. Short is fine.
Right. So, Emily, how do you usually start talking about your day?
I like starting with the morning. For example, I woke up at 7 a.m., I made breakfast, then I got ready for work. Easy, right?
Super easy. Viewers, repeat after us. I woke up at 7 a.m. I made breakfast. I got ready for work.
Emily, slow and clear. And notice the past tense. Woke, made, got. These are very common verbs you'll use every day.
Good point. Speaking of verbs, here's a question for our viewers. Do you know the past tense of eat? Think about it.
Ooh, good question. And here's a hint. It changes completely. No ED.
Okay, viewers, ready? The answer is ate. So I ate breakfast at 8 a.m.
Try repeating it with us. I ate breakfast at 8 a.m.
Perfect. Now let's talk about describing feelings. For example, I felt happy. I felt tired. I felt busy. Emily, what's your example?
I'd say, I felt relaxed this morning because I had extra time. And here's a tip. Add a reason. It makes your sentence more natural.
Great tip. And viewers, which feeling describes your morning today? Happy? Sleepy? Busy? Tell us in the comments.
Yes, we want to know. It's a great way to practice.
Now, Emily, I think beginners often worry about making mistakes. What do you think?
Oh, yes, absolutely. But mistakes are part of learning. If you say something wrong, just correct yourself and continue. Even native speakers make mistakes.
I make them all the time. And Emily corrects me gently.
Only sometimes. But here's a helpful phrase. Let me try again. This is great when you want to fix your sentence.
Let's all practice. Repeat after us. Let me try again.
Emily smiles. Very good. You're doing great already.
All right, that's the end of chapter 1. Stay with us because the next part will help you talk about your morning, afternoon, and evening in perfect beginner-friendly English.
And remember, practice makes progress.
If you enjoyed this chapter and learned something new, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mr. English Studio.
See you in the next chapter.
All right, everyone, welcome to Chapter 2.
Now that we've warmed up, let's go deeper into one of the most important parts of daily life English, talking about your morning. Emily, how do you usually start explaining your morning?
I like to begin with the first thing I do. For example, I woke up at 7 a.m. Simple, clear, and natural. Then I add details like I brushed my teeth, I took a shower, or I checked my phone.
Let's have our viewers repeat some of those. Repeat after me. I woke up at 7 a.m. I brushed my teeth. I took a shower.
Now repeat this one. I checked my phone.
Emily, I know many viewers probably do that before anything else.
Absolutely. I think checking your phone is the true morning routine of the 21st century.
Yep, guilty as charged. And for everyone watching, what's the first thing you do in the morning? Tell us in the comments.
Now let's teach them how to talk about breakfast. Many beginners say, I eat breakfast, but when talking about today, we say, I ate breakfast because it already happened.
Right. Let me explain with examples. I ate breakfast at 8 a.m. I had toast and eggs. I drank a cup of tea.
And here's a gentle correction, James. You said a cup of tea, which is perfect, but many learners say I drinked, which is incorrect. The past tense is drank.
Good point, Emily. Viewers, repeat after us. I drank tea. I drank coffee.
And if you're not a breakfast person, you can say, I didn't eat breakfast today.
That's a great phrase. Simple and very useful. Now let's add emotions. Emily, how do you describe how your morning felt?
I usually say something like, I felt calm this morning, or I felt rushed because I was late. Feelings make your sentences more natural.
Viewers, how did you feel this morning? Calm? Sleepy? Hungry? Tell us below.
And now I want to teach a very helpful structure for beginners. First, then, after that.
Oh yes, the magic 3 steps. Emily, give an example.
Sure. First, I woke up. Then, I made breakfast. After that, I got ready for work.
Easy, right? It helps you organize your whole morning like a story. Viewers, repeat with us slowly. First, I woke up. Then, I made breakfast. After that, I got ready for work.
And here's a question for you watching right now. Can you describe your morning using these 3 steps? Write your version in the comments so we can check it.
Yes, it's one of the best ways to practice. Don't worry about mistakes, just try.
Now let's talk about going to work or school. Emily, give us some examples.
Of course. You can say, I left home at 9 a.m. I took the bus to work. I walked to school. I arrived at work at 9:30.
And if you work or study from home, you can say, I started work at 9 a.m. I had an online class.
Let's get the viewers to repeat some of these slowly. I left home at 9 a.m. I took the bus to work. I arrived at work at 9:30.
Perfect. And here's my favorite question. Have you ever been late because of traffic? Because I definitely have.
James is late at least once a week, but that's okay. We all face it.
True. And you can say, I was late because of traffic, or the bus was slow today.
These are very natural phrases. Try saying them with us. I was late because of traffic. The bus was slow today. Amazing job, everyone. That brings us to the end of Chapter 2. You now have all the tools to talk about your morning confidently.
And trust me, learning to describe your morning is a huge step towards everyday English fluency.
If you're enjoying this lesson so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mr. English Studio. And stay with us. The next chapter will help you describe your afternoon easily. See you there. Welcome back, everyone. This is Chapter 3, and now we're moving into one of my favorite parts of the day, the afternoon. Emily, how's your typical afternoon?
My afternoons are usually busy but productive. I often say I worked on some tasks, or I had a meeting, or I studied for a while. Afternoons are great to practice describing activities.
True, and viewers, this is where your English becomes real-life English, because almost every afternoon we do something. Work, study, eat lunch, run errands. So let's start with the basics. Emily, what's a simple sentence you might say?
Something like, I had lunch at 1 p.m. That's a very common one. Or I met a friend. Or I went out to buy groceries.
Let's have the viewers repeat some of these. I had lunch at 1 p.m. I met a friend. I went out to buy groceries.
And another useful one is, I continued my work. Or I continued my studies.
Yes, that's perfect for students and workers. You can say, I continued my work after lunch, or I continued studying in the afternoon.
Now, James, let's teach them how to describe lunchtime in more detail. For example, instead of just I had lunch, you can say I had rice and chicken for lunch. I ate salad. I tried a new restaurant.
Oh, yes, and here's one I say way too often. I ordered food online.
Yes, James orders food more than anyone I know, but it's a useful phrase. Repeat after us. I ordered food online.
And viewers, what did you eat for lunch today? Tell us in the comments.
Now let's talk about work or school in the afternoon. You can say, I finished an important task. I joined an online meeting. I worked on my project.
Or if your afternoon was relaxing, you can say, I took a break. I rested for a while. Or I watched a short video.
Yes, and here's a phrase that sounds very natural. I needed a little break. Repeat after me. I needed a little break.
I need that every afternoon. Around 3 p.m., I always get sleepy.
That's true. And that's another sentence you can use. I felt sleepy in the afternoon.
Or I felt tired. Or I felt stressed. Or I felt energetic. Viewers, how do you usually feel in the afternoon? Tired? Focused? Sleepy? Comment below.
And now let's introduce a very helpful afternoon structure. You can say, in the afternoon, This works for everything. For example, in the afternoon, I finished my homework. In the afternoon, I cleaned my room. In the afternoon, I visited my friend.
Yes, it's simple and perfect for beginners. Let's have everyone repeat this pattern. In the afternoon, I worked. In the afternoon, I studied. In the afternoon, I relaxed.
Great job! Now let's add some fun examples. James, what's something funny that happened to you in the afternoon recently?
Oh, this is embarrassing. I once spilled coffee on my notes right before a meeting.
Oh, yes, I remember that. But that's another great phrase. I spilled coffee on my notes.
You can use I spilled anytime something drops out of your hand. I spilled water. I spilled juice. Very useful when talking about accidents.
And don't forget the phrase, it was an accident. Always helpful.
True. Sometimes we all make mistakes, especially in the afternoon when we're tired. Before we wrap up this chapter, let's ask the viewers, which of these afternoon phrases do you use the most? Comment below so we can see your progress.
And that's the end of Chapter 3. Now you can talk about your afternoon clearly and confidently.
Great work so far. Keep going. Your English is getting better with every chapter. If you're enjoying this lesson, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mr. English Studio.
And stay with us. The next chapter will help you describe your evening. See you in Chapter 4.
Welcome back to Chapter 4, everyone. Now we're moving into one of the most relaxing parts of the day, the evening. Emily, how do you usually start describing your evening in English?
Smiles. I usually begin with what I do right after finishing work or classes. For example, I got home at 6 p.m. Or I finished work and relaxed for a bit. These are very natural ways to start.
Yes, I got home at is super useful. Viewers, repeat after me. I got home at 6 p.m. I got home in the evening.
Slow and clear. And here's another great one. I rested for a while.
Everyone can use that phrase. Now let's talk about common evening activities. Emily, what do people usually do in the evening?
Oh, lots of things. Cooking dinner, watching TV, spending time with family, studying, exercising. You can say things like, I cooked dinner, I watched the movie, I talked to my family.
Let's have everyone repeat those. I cooked dinner. I watched a movie. I talked to my family.
Great. Now, to add more detail, you can say, I cooked pasta for dinner, I watched a comedy movie, I talked to my mom on the phone.
Yes, adding little details makes your English sound more natural and more interesting. And viewers, what do you usually do in the evening? Comment below.
James, let's also explain how to describe evening feelings. For example, I felt relaxed, I felt tired, or I felt happy.
My evening feeling is always the same. I felt hungry.
Yes, James is always hungry in the evening, but that's good practice too. Repeat after us. I felt hungry. I felt relaxed. I felt tired.
Now let's show them a helpful structure similar to the morning one. After I got home, This is a super natural way to connect your sentences.
Good one. Here are some examples. After I got home, I changed my clothes. After I got home, I cooked dinner. After I got home, I watched some videos.
Viewers, repeat with us slowly. After I got home, I changed my clothes. After I got home, I cooked dinner.
Nod. Great job. Now, many people like to study or learn English in the evening. You can say, I studied for an hour. I practiced English online. I read a book.
And if you like relaxing, you can say, I listened to music. I played a game. I took a walk.
Yes, taking a walk in the evening feels amazing. Repeat after me. I took a walk.
Now, here's a fun question for the viewers. Do you prefer relaxing in the evening or being productive? Tell us in the comments. I'm curious.
And now let's talk about dinner time, because dinner is a big part of the evening. You can say, I had dinner at 8 p.m. I ate with my family. I ordered food because I was tired.
That last one is definitely me. Ordering food because I'm tired is my evening routine.
But it's a useful phrase. Viewers, repeat after me. I ordered food because I was tired.
Now let's teach them how to end their evening descriptions. Something simple like, I relaxed before bed. I watched a show. I got ready to sleep.
And don't forget these. I brushed my teeth. I washed my face. I went to bed at 11 p.m.
Let's practice together. I went to bed at 11 p.m. I went to bed early. I went to bed late.
Perfect. And here's one more thing. If your evening was boring, you can say, I didn't do much. Very useful.
Yes, or I had a quiet evening. That sounds calm and peaceful.
Before we end this chapter, let's ask the viewers, which evening activity do you do every day? Cooking, studying, watching TV? Share with us.
And that wraps up Chapter 4. Great job, everyone. Now you can talk about your evening in clear, natural English.
Don't forget, practice these phrases with a friend or even by talking to yourself.
It really helps. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mr. English Studio.
And stay with us. The final chapter is coming next. See you in Chapter 5.
Welcome to the final chapter, everyone. You made it all the way to Chapter 5. I'm really proud of you. Emily, how are you feeling about today's lesson so far?
I'm feeling great. We covered morning, afternoon, and evening, everything you need to talk about your day naturally. And now it's time to review everything together so our viewers can remember it easily.
Yes, To date, we're reviewing the key phrases from all chapters. But don't worry, we'll make it fun and interactive. Emily, should we start with morning phrases?
Definitely. So in the morning, we learn sentences like, I woke up at 7 a.m. I brushed my teeth. I had breakfast.
And we also learned, I drank tea. I got ready for work. And one of my favorites, I felt sleepy.
Yes. And viewers, which morning phrase do you use the most? Tell us in the comments.
Now let's move to the afternoon. In afternoon, we practiced, I had lunch at 1 p.m. I met a friend. I worked on my tasks.
And don't forget these. I took a break. I felt tired. I continued studying.
Afternoon phrases are perfect for talking about your busy day. Emily, what about the evening section?
The relaxing part. In the evening, we learned phrases like, I got home at 6 p.m. I cooked dinner. I watched a movie.
And we added, I talked to my family. I studied English. I went to bed at 11 p.m.
Emery, so now you can talk about the whole day from morning until night. And trust me, these phrases are exactly what native speakers use.
Absolutely. But let's do something fun now. Let's each describe our pretend day using all the structures we taught. Emily, you go first.
Okay, here's my pretend day. First, I woke up at 7 a.m. Then I made breakfast. After that, I got ready for work. In the afternoon, I had lunch with a friend and continued my work. I felt a little tired, so I took a break. In the evening, I got home, cooked dinner, watched a show, and went to bed at 10 p.m.
That sounds like such a productive day. All right, let me try mine. First, I woke up late because I forgot to set my alarm. Then I rushed to get ready and drank coffee. In the afternoon, I worked on my projects, ordered food online, and felt sleepy at 3 p.m. In the evening, I watched a movie, relaxed, and went to bed late again.
Very realistic, James, and very honest.
Yep, that's me. But now it's your turn, viewers. Try to write your own pretend day in the comments using the morning, afternoon, and evening phrases we taught. Even a short one is great practice.
And if you want to sound even more natural, use the connectors we learned. First, then, after that, in the afternoon, in the evening.
Yes, these connectors make your English flow smoothly like a real story. And don't worry about mistakes. We're here to help you.
Exactly. Mistakes are part of learning. Every mistake you make is one step closer to fluency.
Before we end, let's do one last practice for everyone watching. Repeat after us. I can talk about my day in English. I am learning every day. I am improving my English.
I can talk about my day in English. I am learning every day. I am improving my English.
Amazing job! You've learned so much today.
Yes. And remember to use these phrases every day with friends, family, classmates, or even while talking to yourself.
And that brings us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this lesson and learned something new, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mr. English Studio.
And don't forget to comment your pretend day below. We'll be reading them.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
See you in the next video.